Okay, let me explain the content of this before everybody else fucking goes crazy. We walk into Olive Garden. We always go there. We sit down at the bar. We order the food. Sometimes we'll sit there and eat at the restaurant. And sometimes we'll sit at the bar and, I'll get a few drinks and then we'll get the food and we'll go. Well, this particular night, it was raining, it was cold, and we were both dressed in sweat outfits like every other normal person does. And we noticed that we were getting treated a little bit differently, like they were looking down at us because we were in sweat outfits. Any other time we go there, we dress professionally, nicely, hair done, makeup done, whatnot, and we get treated a whole different way. Well, tonight, it was some entitled kids that were working there, and I felt disrespected. So I felt like I had to tell the manager something. In fact, the guy at the bar that I was working there, he was there a few nights ago too. He got a really big chunk, a really good tip. We always tip every time. We stay professional. Even the bar guy was like, "Oh my God, like what the hell?" Like he even agreed with us when I was telling him like, why are they treating us differently? And he apologized, and I was like, did we do anything wrong? And he was like, no, you guys have always been really cool every time you come in here. Again, tonight, I got a shot of Patron and I tipped them pretty well. And so I was letting the manager know that they judge a book by its cover, assuming that just because people walk in there with sweats, that we don't have any money and we get treated like shit. When in fact, it's the complete opposite. And right in front of the bar guy, I even told the manager, I said, why don't you ask this guy how much he got a tip the other night and how much I tipped him tonight. So don't judge a book by its cover. Those who have money don't always have to go out there and flash what they have. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to explain to the manager. We were sitting at the bar, and the fact that the manager said that there was minor employees at the bar. Number one, why are there minors working at the bar or around the bar in the first place? Number two, he kept contradicting himself over the phone when he was having a complete different attitude when we were there. When I was doing a complaint, like talking to him about it, and I just told him, I felt really disrespected the way that we were being treated, especially my husband. I said, and I don't appreciate that. He was like, I'm so sorry. I'll go ahead and have a talk with her. And I don't know what her problem is and this and that. Okay, that's fine. You could do whatever you say you're going to do. And I thought that was it. When we get home, the marinara sauce is not there. I mean, they charged us extra. I paid an extra almost $5 for a small little thing of marinara sauce, which I was like, I don't care. Let's go ahead and do it. But the fact that he acted like a little bitch over the phone, like he cried and complained, this is what I'm talking about with the entitlement with people nowadays. It's insane. If we continue to let people to treat us the way we treat us in professional establishments, then they're going to keep taking advantage. And whether the customer is right or wrong, you have to stay professional, like I did, and I was the customer. Not one time did I threaten anybody. Not one time did I cuss anybody out. And he even admits it on the recorded phone call. But at the same time, he keeps contradicting himself and changing his story around. So I call him out on his lie. And he did not like it. And the fact that he felt threatened that we were going to contact corporate because we felt that he was twisting the story around and turning it back on us and twisting my words around. And, using adult language like bullshit, I don't believe is a threat or cussing anybody out. I simply said that their attitude and the way they treated us was bullshit. And that's adult language. And we're sitting at the bar. Number one, the lobby was completely empty. It was later in the evening and there was not too many customers sitting there. And number two, we were at the bar where there was absolutely no kids, where he's saying, ma'am, you're using foul language and this is a family-friendly restaurant. Okay, I get that, but I was not using a foul language. We were completely friendly with everybody. Even the bartender was really super cool and he had our back, But the fact that it's very unprofessional when you allow a bunch of coworkers to stand around and, to be nosy instead of doing their job, because I wasn't complaining to them. I was talking to the manager. And he just allowed that to happen. And I even told him, I said, why are they standing around? Like, this is not a clown show, a circus show. And that's when they scattered around and went back to work. So it's pretty sad and pathetic that a customer has to tell an establishment how to do their jobs, how to managers should act professionally and do their jobs with, their employees, not, making sure that their employees are not disrespecting customers. And if they are, then they will be professionally taken care of. But you wait until we get home to check everything and we come back without the proper or all the food that we paid for. And then you threatened to have us kicked out of there permanently because we said that we're going to contact corporate. He even said, oh, you threatened to call corporate. Well, if you're not doing anything wrong, then you shouldn't feel threatened by anything, right? We shouldn't have to contact corporate to take care of the problem if we felt like the manager was going to take care of it himself. And he's this young, scrawny, tall, skinny white dude that felt like he was privileged. And no, it doesn't work that way. I'm sorry. Nobody's privileged. Nobody's higher than anybody else. Nobody's entitled to anything, especially if you're working, because without customers like us, they won't have a business to run. They won't have a job to work at and get a paycheck. So all this entitlement shit needs to stop. Enough is enough. And that's why I'm making this video. Not because I want to be a Karen and cry about it, but because enough is enough. And I want everybody to know that it's okay to stand up for our rights. It's okay to stand up for, to protect ourselves and not to let these establishments out there take advantage of us, take our money, run with it, and then get to see who they treat right and who they don't. And, they lost out on really good customers. And I'm sure after this video, a lot more people are going to stop going to Olive Garden or maybe even contacting corporate themselves and saying, hey, your manager sounds really shady. He kept contradicting himself and changing his words around, his story around, putting words into my mouth. And you can hear it in the video that you're going to be watching right now of how I shut it down. Enough is enough. I don't have to cuss people out to shut them down. I shut them down professionally, and he did not know how to handle it. So I don't know what he's used to in his personal life, where people cuss him out and all this stuff, but that was not the case, and this is just a cop-out for him. He's putting words in my mouth. He is lying on my behalf of supposedly how I talked. I never got into his face. I even said that he was like 10 feet away from me. I didn't even get out of my seat at the bar. I sat down the whole time until we left while I was talking to him. And not one time did I threaten anybody, like he admits that I didn't. I never cussed anyone out. And using adult language is not a threat, and it shouldn't be a threat to these entitled people. Enough is enough. I had enough of it. And, people are going to get called out for what they do and how they treat people in any establishment. It doesn't matter. We spend a lot of money, and restaurant foods are not cheap, especially nowadays. So if we're spending an X amount of money, then we expect to get treated respectfully. We expect to get all the food that we pay for. And we expect to be taken care of as customers. And if you can't do your job as a customer service person or as a manager in a professional environment, then maybe you should let someone else have your job, and you should go look for something else that is less stressful for you at a work environment if you cannot handle customer service. Because enough is enough, and I'm not going to let people like this get away with it. And this goes to all future restaurants and everyone else. If you guys feel entitled or too entitled, then maybe this job isn't for you, because we're not going to keep our mouth shut anymore. Like, it's not fair for customers like us to have to be treated like shit because they judge us by how we dress. And, enough is enough. We are able to dress comfortably when we go somewhere. We don't always have to dress up professionally. I've seen so many people. I've seen their coworkers, with no makeup and put up their hair up in a bun. They don't even look professional at a work establishment. And I don't say anything about it. I don't judge people. So what makes something that they could judge us?
I am. This is Sloan speaking. How may I help you?
Hi, can I talk to Braden? Is that his name, the manager?
The manager? Yeah. Let me put you on a brief hold, and then I'll tell him to come talk to you, okay?
Thank you.
Of course.
Can I grab some water for him?
There's water there.
Nice guys, cities that they're her number one. Captivating, Harlem Chula. She's what makes the Tower of Pizza take a bow. She'll be yours for a day, then no matter what you.
Hello, it's Braden speaking. How can I help you?
Hey Braden, it's Monica. You spoke with my husband Donnie a few minutes ago regarding missing
Yes, I did.
the marinara sauce.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got a little bit of detail of what happened. Can you please explain to me? Because you said something about me cussing you out.
Ma'am, I can't talk about this on the phone. You were swearing in my restaurant. You were swearing about my team members.
No, I wasn't.
And we have it recorded.
You guys have video, right?
We don't have any cameras in our restaurant.
Good thing we did.
Okay, so you're saying that complaining to you about the customer service is swearing?
No, you were. So you were complaining about the customer service, but you were also swearing in my restaurant. It's a family-friendly restaurant.
Telling you
Yeah,
that,
you were also
hold
swearing about
on,
my team as
can
well.
you, hold on, did I swear at anybody directly?
Not at anyone, but you were swearing in my restaurant. It's a family-friendly restaurant.
Okay, so telling you that, okay, number one, I've heard plenty of swearing coming out of your employees' mouths before. And number two, when they're talking amongst each other around customers. And number two, when I complain and say bullshit, the way that they took care of us and I felt disrespected, that offended you?
No, it didn't offend me at all.
Okay,
But I
so
also
what
can't have
part?
people
So
swearing
what part
in my
of
restaurant.
what part of swearing are you talking about? Because I'm not understanding. I didn't even get out of my seat. I told you exactly how I was treated, and I said the most I said it was bullshit, and I said that they were judging a book by its cover, the way that we were dressed up in sweats, and the fact that we came in there dressed up differently before and got treated differently. So can you please explain to me what part of swearing that was?
And you gave my son's food without.
And we got food without the marinara sauce that you didn't bring to
How do you
us.
eat noodles
So
without it?
can you please explain to me
Yeah.
how offended
So,
you when I was complaining to you?
So, ma'am, if you would like to just make a corporate complaint, you're more than welcome to. We have asked guests to leave for using the language that you have used before. It is against
There
some of
was
our
no language. And I even told you that you had employees standing there staring like it was a circus show.
You're using that as an excuse. You're
Ma'am,
using
I'm
that.
on a level with you. I
You're-
also don't
that's
believe
fine.
in my members
You're
judging
using
you.
that. You're
I'm sorry,
using
what?
that. Hold on. You're using that as an excuse. The good thing is that because my wife's a YouTuber, we record audio and video everywhere we go. So the audio was recording the whole time. That's number one. Number two, you're the manager. You're supposed to make us feel comfortable, make us feel better. And you messed up on the order. And after we told you we had an autistic son, you sent it home with no
Sauce.
marinara at all on purpose. And we live 30 minutes away. So what are you going to do about that? Is there something you're going to do about that?
So nothing was done on purpose. We made a lot of special exceptions for your order, the way we rang it in. The way
A
we
lot of
charged you for it.
exceptions or
No.
exceptions for everybody that you should make?
You're allowed to do that. We order there all the time. You can always do that. You just charge for it and we pay for it. There was no exceptions like something outside the rule
Yeah, we
that
never
I
asked for anything for free.
Or I
We
didn't
paid for
ask
everything.
for anything
My
that...
team went out of their way to ring in your items the correct way, to make sure everything was done the special way that you guys wanted to. with
Which is your job to do. Which is your job to do, because we're not the only ones that alter and change the menu sometimes. Sometimes we'll take things out, sometimes we'll put things in, and we pay the difference for it. So what is the problem?
Okay, And I also don't believe that my team members were judging you or your financials.
Okay, well, I work for Google.
That's how. Hold on. That's how you treat your customers as a manager.
It's okay.
When we come to you and say that we felt disrespected,
You're calling us
or hold on, or tell me about the napkins when my husband asked for napkins with an S plural, and she gave a napkin with a utensil that we did not need.
You actually don't know who walks in the store every day. Just so you know, I work for Google Review, and you can actually check out your review tomorrow.
Okay, that's okay. You're more than welcome to make a review about me.
I'm going to.
And what was
my
what was the threat that you made against me with my husband?
No, I didn't make any threats against you. He said he was going to make a corporate complaint. I said that I would also let my corporate know that you guys were using foul language in my restaurant towards me and towards my guests.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, because I will let corporate listen to the recording that we have.
Yep.
And
That's fine.
you're saying that there was no cameras at the bar where we were sitting at?
No.
Because I didn't
We
even
don't
get
have
out
any
of
cameras
my seat. Okay, so tell me this: did I threaten anybody?
No, you never threatened anyone inside the
Okay.
restaurant.
Did I personally cuss anybody out?
Yes, you did.
Who did I cuss out?
You swore towards me, and you swore towards
And what did
my
I
team,
say?
which
Hold
I
on.
don't
Please tell me
appreciate.
exactly what I said towards you.
I feel like you're trying to record this phone call. And I
No,
can't
I'm
say
just
those words.
asking you a question. You told my husband, and I'm asking, you just told me right now. So if you asked me a question, I would answer you professionally, right? So
So I
please
can't
tell
repeat
me.
those words over the phone.
You don't have to repeat
you
the
were
words
using
over the
foul
phone, but
language
what
in
was... Okay, using foul language versus cussing somebody out is two different things. So please tell me how I cussed you out.
And it wasn't
So you were
towards
swearing in my face. I don't appreciate people swearing in my face.
I was
would
swearing in
take
your
that
face.
as
You were
cussing.
like you were like 10 feet away from me. How was I swearing in your face?
Okay. Ma'am, if you'd like to make a complaint, you're more than welcome to, but I can't keep arguing with you.
We
on the
will 100% make a complaint, and also look out for your review on Google. It's not just a regular review. I work for Google. That's my job that I work 40 hours a week in.
But you can't even answer a
that's okay.
question. Can you please tell me exactly? I want to know for myself, what exactly did I tell you that you got offended? Because I didn't mention you personally at all. So can you please tell
Ma'am,
me?
I can't keep arguing with you over the phone.
Because because you're lying. You don't have the answer to it.
No,
You are
I'm not
accusing
lying,
me
ma'am.
of doing something
But
that I didn't do, because you can't even answer a straight question.
Okay. Ma'am, I have a restaurant to run and I have to go. If you need
And
to
I'm one of the
you take-
customers, right? I'm just like a customer like everyone else, and I'm asking you a question, sir. Can you
At
please
this point,
explain
ma'am, I
to me?
can't
You
answer
have
that
no
question. Can't give those
because
words
you know
over the phone.
because if it did happen, then you would have a direct answer, which it never happened.
I can't use the words that you used over the phone.
I didn't ask you to. Hold on, I did not ask you to use the words. I asked you to tell me the content of it and what I said that offended you. When
Yeah,
I
you were using foul language towards me
What
in
was
my
the-
restaurant, around my team members, as well as around my other guests.
saying that it was bullshit the way that we were getting treated is foul language. That's an
That's
adult
one of those.
language.
That's one of them, yeah.
And I was hold on. And I was at the bar where no kids are allowed to be at the bar, so I didn't. Yeah, and I wasn't
It is
even
family
yelling.
restaurant.
And I wasn't even yelling. That was between me and you. And
We
if
have
other
minors
coworkers
working
were
for us.
around, maybe they would have heard our conversation, and they didn't like the fact that I filed a complaint against them towards you, the way that we were being treated, and then you just flipped the script back on us. So what kind of manager does that?
And that was so inappropriate that all your teammates were standing behind us while we were trying to make the complaint to you. That was very weird.
Yeah, and I
That's
even
their
said
station to
something
work
about
in.
it.
They had other guests to take care of.
And I was at the bar where there was no kids.
Okay, but I do have minors that work for me. We have a lobby that had kids in it.
Okay,
Go ahead and run
right.
the high
Hold
line.
on.
That's
You
fine.
had that's fine. You have an excuse for everything. There was a lobby over there, but the lobby was on the other side of the bar, and nobody else can hear our conversation besides me, you, and the couple of your coworkers that were standing at the bar.
And if it wasn't for the microphone connected to the phone, you wouldn't hear it at all. You can actually hear how quiet she is in the recording. So I like to see how that one flies.
Yeah, that's okay. She never yelled at me, but she was using foul language.
Right. I never yelled at you. That means no one else can hear us besides me, you, and a couple of the coworkers that were standing there trying to eavesdrop in our conversation instead of doing their job. I never yelled at you. Hold on. I never yelled at you. I never cussed at you. I never threatened you. Neither did I to anyone else over there. I was saying passionately, hold on. I was saying passionately the fact that you guys, I felt disrespected because of the way that we were treated, and we come there a lot all the time. And asking for napkins, we only got one napkin with a little bit of an attitude that I told you that I don't like anybody treating us